Yes, welcome. I hope everyone is having a great week, man. Before we get started, everyone take a deep breath. Yes, you need to do that sometime. You need to do that from time to time when you're feeling stressed out. Feel like a weight off your shoulder, Just breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. Things are going to get better, man. Trouble don't last always. But today I want to speak on debt. I want to speak on getting out of debt. 3 steps. Because debt is an obligation that you owe to someone else, and it's a stronghold that the enemy uses to keep us chained so we don't fully experience the life that God has for us. You bound by chains, you don't see it, but the enemy has it locked down in your mind and you never notice it. So you always go to church and you're thinking like, man, maybe they know that my car's about to get taken, or maybe they know I don't have any food to put on the table. Maybe they know I'm about to lose my job and won't be able to support myself. So he plays with your mind. That's the enemy playground. So he used debt as a tool to keep us bound spiritually and even physically in our main life. So we're about to break those chains of debt, man. God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can never ask for or think. Yes. So one of the major things I find out when I speak to a lot of people is 2 problems about getting into debt. One is unforeseen circumstances like illnesses or deaths. And the number 1 thing is spending. Just spending is bigger than our increase. We always spending. So we always breaking even or living above our means. And that deficit right there, that's just where that's where people begin to use credit cards or loans and start to finance things. And that's not how God intended for us to live. Debt wasn't always a part of life. Take it back to the 1920s. That's a whole nother story though. But anyway, we're going to run through 3 major steps that will help you get out of debt. And number 1 is to stop borrowing. I know it's tough. But Proverbs 22:7 said, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. A slave is limited on what they can do because they always have an obligation to someone. So number 1 is to stop borrowing. You can't get out of a hole by digging a deeper hole. So that's it. You just got to stop borrowing. Make up in your mind that you would never borrow another day in your life. God made you the lender and not the borrower. The head and not the tail. So you got to tell yourself, I'm the lender and not the borrower. God supplies my need. I don't have to depend on nobody else to supply my need. And the Bible says, owe no man but love, because him who has love has fulfilled the law. And sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. Yes, and when you stop borrowing, build a budget. Create a budget, list it. This is all in the same step. Create a budget, list it. The Bible says, will a man count the cost before building a tower? Unless he get halfway up and not have enough to finish, that everyone that passed by may see and mock him and say, look at this man that built it and not have enough to finish. Yes, build a budget. Know where your money is going. A budget is telling your money where to go versus wondering where your money went. 2015 version. Have you ever been in the grocery store and you got more groceries and you got your cash in hand and you're looking at the total, and you're looking at the line, you're looking at your money, you're going back and forth like, man, I might not have enough to make the groceries. So you're like, put that back. I don't need that. I don't really need that. I'll come back and get that next week. Create a budget. You don't have enough to get all the groceries. So stick to the budget. If not on there, obviously you didn't need it as bad as you wanted to. That's the 2015 version. And number 2, emergency fund. AKA the GOK. God only knows fund. I know you're thinking like, Rich, be positive. I am positive. It's going to rain. I ain't no other way around it. I mean, things happen. Flat tires, refrigerator go out, transmission go out. Things happen. I mean, it's a part of life. God told us in John 16:33, he said, I tell you these things that you may have peace. In this world, you will have troubles, but take heart. I have overcome the world. There he was telling us about how we're going to have troubles and how we're going to have trials and tribulations, but we have to prepare for them. In Proverbs, it says, a prudent man sees evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished for it. So prepare yourself and be ready for it. I mean, Sunday mornings when I ride to church with my mom, there was a funeral home that always said, it's better to know us and not need us than to need us and not know us. I thought that was so mushy and cheesy, but I mean, it applies here in the situation. It's better to have that emergency fund and not need it than to need it and not have it. You just have there's that nest egg and you feel better. I mean, you sleep better at nighttime knowing if something occur, that you cover. I mean, start anywhere. Start with $5, start with $50, work your way up until you get to $1,000. And then there, build from 3 to 6 months of living expenses. I mean, you just have to get out of it. Just start that emergency fund, and I promise you, you'll feel so much better. And he tells us also in Proverbs 21:20, he said, in the house of the wise are store choice foods and oil, but a fool devours all that he has. House of the wise are store choice foods and oils. So be prepared, save, budget. And number 3 is eliminate debt. I mean, my man Dave Ramsey said it best, and I agree. I applied it, and it works. I'm telling you. You list your debts from smallest to greatest. I mean, the smallest could be $20 you owe your brother-in-law, or small loan, and you list it to the greatest. You attack that small loan, and you make minimal payments on the other loans. You attack it. I mean, you start selling everything. You start selling so much stuff that kids think they next. You sell so much stuff, and you attack that small loan, and you take that momentum, and you pay off the next loan. Then you pay off the next loan, and then you pay off the next obligation. Until you get to it, and you're gonna start getting excited, like, man, this is really happening. I'm paying off debt. I'm getting out of debt. Yes, it happens and it works. I'm telling you. So start paying off of that and start paying off of that. And I'm telling you, in Galatians, it's called a snowball effect. And beside it, I mean, write it on a big sheet of paper. All your debts. Put it somewhere where you can see it and the whole family can see it, and just mark it off every time you pay it off. Mark it off every time you pay it off. And beside it, put your goal. Either if it's just to be debt free, retirement, or your children's education plan, or a new car, a new house. Put a picture of it beside your debt. Habakkuk 2:2 said, write the vision plain and make it clear that all that pass may see. Yes, so write the vision plain and let that be your motivation. It's about momentum. Once you get started, I'm telling you, it happens. It works. I'm telling you. And that is getting out, that is eliminating debt. Galatians 6:9 said, do not be weary in well doing, because in due season you will reap if you faint not. So don't get weary. Don't give up. I promise you, I do it. It sucks. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice everything. I couldn't always go on dates. I couldn't go get new shoes. I see all my friends and teammates getting new shoes, but I couldn't get any because I knew I had obligations to pay off. I knew I wanted to change my life. And I knew that time was today. You're never too old. You're never too young to start. But the key is you have to start today. You have to start today. It's sacrificing. It hurts. I couldn't always eat out. I mean, I'm fixing my food, fixing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. But hey, we made it, baby. And we steady doing it. And it's possible. Just have to believe in yourself. Start to understand yourself and find your weaknesses and avoid them. I mean, I know me personally, if I see money just sitting in my bank account, I have to use it. I have to spend it. I have to invest it. I have to spend it or do something with it. I just don't like it sitting right there. But I discipline myself. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take discipline in this walk. So, and one way to develop discipline is fasting. Fasting and praying. I mean, once you start doing that, God will start working with you. It's like, my child is really putting forth the effort. So let's help him out. Let's see what he's going to do. And he'll help you. I promise you, he will give you the strength to do it. And that is this week's Wednesday. So I'm jacked up, man. I hope y'all have a blessed week. Happy New Year. And I'll see you next week.